Evening, everybody. Welcome to our last series today on the chess for recovery. And today is a special day because we have Spanish speakers here. And today, exactly at 18:00 now, the European Women's Euro Finals between Spain and England is taking place in Basel. So I'm sure most of our Swiss guests are in the stadium now. But let's see if Spain wins or England wins today. What's going to happen? But since it's the last day today, I thought I'm going to put some spotlight to the people who are here now. And I would request you to kindly switch on your microphone and tell me from where are you, which country, and what is your motivation for joining this before we kick off. Thank you. So who wants to start? Lance,
Okay,
welcome back.
muchas
Yeah,
gracias.
Juan, go ahead.
Okay, soy colombiano. I am from Colombia.
Okay,
Muy,
wonderful.
muy
And
co-
your interest?
Trabajo I am a teacher. Soy profesor en Escuela Normal Superior de Neiva.
Okay, wonderful. So
Y
you understand if you speak in Spanish today.
sí, a
Do
little
you do
English.
therapeutic chess? Do you do any therapeutic chess in your?
Sí, yo soy entrenador FIDE, instructor
Mhm,
federado, también árbitro,
mhm.
árbitro FIDE. Y tenemos un club de ajedrez con varios socios. Entonces trabajamos diversos tipos de población.
Okay, great. So we go on to the next. Lance, I'm going on how I see on the screen. Lance, please, can you update the audience on your background? Thank you.
Sure. Hello, Lance Wilson. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, in the United States, and I have a passion for chess and interested in today's topic. I coached Special Olympic soccer here for about 17 years and had a lot of players, and wondering how chess could affect that makeup. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next, Carla Fernandez. Can I kindly request you to unmute and give us your introduction? Thank you.
Sí, hola. Disculpen que no coloqué la cámara, no estaba preparada. Yo soy cubana, soy maestra internacional de ajedrez y vivo en La Coruña, España, donde tengo un club de ajedrez y además me interesa mucho las conferencias de estos días porque hago un doctorado acerca de la influencia del ajedrez en el TDAH o ADHD, como comprenderán algunos. Sí,
Yeah. Gracias.
gracias.
Next is Aris. I think we had Aris in our last session too. Thank you. I see that Aris has written, so I will read it. So Aris is from Canada, and by coincidence, he's learning Spanish. And the camera and microphone need to be replaced. And Aris has joined all the sessions out of tremendous interest in mental health and a lifelong love for chess. Welcome, Aris. Thank you. And unfortunately, we cannot see you and hear you, but we've read your message. Thank you. We have Paul Brown from Germany. Paul, can I kindly request you to unmute and, if possible, also the video? Thank you.
Yeah, my camera's broken. I don't know. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay. You see that I'm with Schwalbe, so I'm not a chess player at all. Because I learned chess as an adult, and I have some neurological problem background, so I'm totally unable to take a notation while in my own game. So you also know I will never be a good player. If I have trouble to recognize even one move, then it's clear that I cannot recognize 2, 5, 10 moves or so. So all I do for myself in chess is I heavily use help of computers and do composition. So I don't need my visual memory, which I don't have so much to do something with chess. So that's my background with chess, and so I want to know the other backgrounds of troubled players who still get along and do something serious in chess and achieve something in chess, which I do by being a composer with Schwalbe.
Wow, that's very inspiring. Thank you, Paul. And I'm so glad that at least you are using it with the composition. And it's very interesting that you brought up the topic of not requiring, how can you overcome this visual memory problem by doing composition and not memorizing openings and patterns. And oh, lovely. Okay, then who is here? We have our special speakers, Juan and Rodrigo. Rodrigo, are you ready?
Yeah, finally. Sorry about that.
Okay. So you can start off with sharing your screen while I think there's a new person who's joined and I would like them to introduce themselves. Who has joined us last now? But I'm sorry, whom did I let in? Yeah, from UAE, we have Saeed Shakari. Can I kindly request you to unmute and please introduce yourself. So today I'm taking turns on that everybody should tell us their motivation for being here and from where do they come from. Said, please, can you do that for us? Unmute, sir. Yes.
Hello.
Good, go ahead.
Yeah. This is Saeed Shakari, international arbiter and organizer. I am board member of Dubai Chess and Culture Club. Today I'm joining to learn more about the FIDE social chess initiatives and to learn from the experts in this field from all over the globe and try to implement it in Dubai as we can.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all. We can kick off. Thank you very much, everybody. So we would start off by having our two speakers for today who have been with us the whole month. That's Juan Antonio, from president of the Club Magic Extremadura, and with him is Rodrigo. And Juan has been doing it since 15 years of therapeutic stress, now spread over the 26 intervention centers. And Rodrigo is here with being his project manager, also with Club Magic. So they will share the screen present, and we look forward to hear what are they going to tell us today. The stage is yours. Rodrigo, please go ahead. Yes, presentation mode. I can see it in the... Good, all yours. I can't hear you, Rodrigo.
Yeah, okay. So finally, sorry about that. So today is our last day, finally, with our cycle of conferences. Today we will be talking about chess and Down syndrome. So we will be using our Down syndrome initiatives as a case study. We will be talking about them. So as Pravita said, we are Juan Antonio Montero and Rodrigo Barbeito, both from Club Magic, and we will be talking about these initiatives. So, what are we doing with Down syndrome at Club Magic? First of all, we are always using chess as a tool for social and therapeutic intervention. This is something that is really important for us. And in this case, we have been doing this kind of initiative since 2014. So we have been collaborating with the Association of Down Syndrome in Merida ever since. And what we have is that we have adapted chess to this group of people. As I will explain later on, we have our cognitive training with ECHEM method that we have explained several times during these conferences, but we can also explain it later on. And we also collaborate, and we have initiatives with social inclusion in this group. And of course, we also work with our app, with Gym Chess, for a personalized plan with Down syndrome. So, talking about our Down syndrome program, we have 1 hour and a half weekly workshop with them, which has been running for 10 years. So it's one of our longest programs in collaboration with Down Merida, with the association. So what we do is that we have a cognitive training method in person, and we also offer them basic chess lessons adapted to their needs. So basically, we combine these two things. And what we have gotten from this initiative is that we offer them a range of activities which foster them their cognitive skills, also providing them fun and engaging alternative activities. We get them to have social interaction. Also, we participate in a lot of events with Down syndrome with the association, and we have representatives and staff and families from this association who strongly support this workshop. They are really into these initiatives, and they support us all through these 10 years. So we participate, for example, with them in the International Day for Down syndrome. So this is a picture of where you can see me with all the people from our workshop. And we also have we also sign an annual collaboration agreement with them to foster our collaboration, of course. And through this, we also have several activities. So, for example, not only do we have our workshop, but we also have outings. We organize activities, for example, the visit to the Faculty of Physical Education and Sports in Science in Cáceres. And you can see all this group of people having fun. And maybe you can notice some of them are wearing hats with the shape of chess pieces. So we're always there. And we had really a great time there. You can see Juan Antonio and me with them also having physical activities. We climbed. We have lots of things. So it's not only that we have our workshop. It's not only chess, but we also engage in other activities, and we even have.
Quiero que me dejes entrar donde no te han visto jamás, y antes de llegar al final, apunta y dispara que vuele por los aires lo demás. ¿Cómo no te voy a cuidar si haces que me quiera quedar y llevaba fuera de casa tanto ya? Has conseguido cambiar lo que creía real y me he quedado despierto por pasar un rato más. Casi puedo levitar con esta electricidad que me recorre por dentro cuando estoy contigo. No sé si me estoy pasando, pero sé de lo que hablo cuando digo que no quiero más. Quiero que me dejes entrar donde no te han visto jamás, y antes de llegar al final, apunta y dispara que vuele por los aires lo demás. ¿Cómo no te voy a cuidar si haces que me quiera quedar y llevaba fuera de casa tanto ya? No sé qué pasará, pero creo que tengo mucho más puesto en juego.
Okay, and we also have not only these activities, but we also have media coverage. So people are usually following our activities with Down syndrome, and we have been featured in numerous reports and articles. For example, one TV channel in Spain, Movistar Plus, made a really lengthy report about our activities, and they visit our workshop with Down syndrome. Unfortunately, we don't have the rights, so we can't show you this video, but they post it on Instagram. So if you want, you can check this QR code, and you can see it there. So moving on, we saw our different activities with them, but now talking about our cognitive training through chess in person and also online, we will be focusing on this. We have researched how different cognitive skills affect this group of people, the people with Down syndrome, and we noticed that, for example, with perception, they have the delayed visual recognition memory, they have spatial and temporal orientation difficulties, or sometimes they have impaired tactile discrimination. So they have problems recognizing different shapes and objects and all these things. And they have a slower perceptual speed, so compared to other people. They have memory with, they have difficulty with various types of memory. They have slow retrieval from long-term memory and limitations with short-term memory too. They have problems with attention, of course. They have difficulty focusing, and they show a higher prevalence of ADHD than the rest of the population. And with reasoning, they usually show impaired abstract thought and calculations. They have problems with concrete reasoning, and it's concrete reasoning. It's more effective with them. Sorry about that. And they are visual learners, so they respond really well to positive reinforcement. They also have some problems with executive functions, for example, planning and organization, and they have working memory challenges. And usually they show problem solving and context switching struggles. And what we did with that we mapped these cognitive functions and impaired by Down syndrome, as I showed. And we identified these specific subtypes of them which we can work with them. So we can have a tailored exercise personalized for them. So we work with our cognitive training via gym chess. And when we work in person, when we have our workshop, we have several different types of exercise. For example, we can work with perceptual recognition. This is an example of tactile discrimination, where we show them a bag or a box of pieces, and we ask them to choose a specific piece. So without any visual aid, they have to put the hand in the bag and they have to search for a specific piece. This works really well with them, and they usually enjoy this kind of exercise. And we can also use this bag and pieces exercise not only for tactile recognition, but we can also do calculations and sorting and this kind of thing. So for example, we can ask them to take out several pieces in a specific order, or maybe we can even teach them the value of the pieces and then do some calculations with that and ask them to, I don't know, take 10 points out. So they have to do this with different pieces. So this also works really well with them. And of course, you don't need to play chess to do this exercise. We also have exercise with spatial orientation. So we have this one with tracking movement trajectory, where we show them the trajectory of the movement. We show how a piece moves, and we follow this with our finger. We show them. It can be on the demonstration board or on the chessboard. And then we show them how to do this, and they have to do the same. They have to replicate this on their chessboard with their fingers following the trajectory. As I said, this can be done. We can show them on the demonstration board, or we can just go on each of their chessboards and show them first. So we have also some other exercise with the knights, following the path of the knights. We can do like a maze. And it works really well with Down syndrome, so we can do it with them in their chessboard, or we can also do it on the demonstration board. We can use a colored square. For example, in this case, it's a green square where they have to find the shortest path to that square, or we can put another piece in there, and they have to follow the shortest path. For this exercise, of course, they need to know how to move the knight. So usually we will show them first. We will teach them how to move the knight, and then we will do this exercise. With them, it's really, as you can see in these pictures, it's really important to have a positive reinforcement. They have a great time, and they always enjoy the workshop, and they are always making jokes and having fun. It's usual that they may clap up at each other when they do it well, and this kind of things. They cheer, so it works really well with that. And you can see in this other picture where they are moving the pawns. We have also visual motor coordination exercise with them. So it's really important for them to have also the chessboard, because sometimes they can't see properly the demonstration board. So it's always really important. And as you can see, they're always focused and learning through observation. They are always looking at each other, and it's really important to keep them engaged. And sometimes I think we manage to do this all throughout the workshop, which is really not small feat. And we also have exercises with memory strategies. This one is a classic, and we use this first group of pawns that you can see it in the picture on the left. You can see it there, and you can see it on the chessboard on the right. They have these pawns, this chain of pawns. We usually call them a backbone because it's where we start building on. And then we introduce new pieces to this pattern. And as you can see, we have more white pawns here, and they have to memorize them and then keep on putting more pieces there. And it works really well with them. We also have the late memory exercise, which is really important for this group. And in this case, they would have to memorize this position. And then they would have to do a distractor. They would have to do a task where they have to, for example, in this case, we would give them some time to memorize. And afterwards, we take this out and we give them a task. In this case, for example, say 10 women and men's names. And after that, they have to put a game to replicate the position. And here we have our exercises, not only in person, but online with our app, with GymChess. We have been developing several exercises, also with perception. In this case, for example, they only have to click the squares where they have here. For example, they have to sort these squares, and they have to choose the ones that they are written in the exercise. Of course, they don't need to know how to play chess for this exercise in particular. In this one, it's also perception. We will be working with visual spatial skills. And in this case, we are working with orientation. They have to place the piece in the right square. In this exercise in particular, the pieces in the bottom half of the chessboard are could be mirrored in the upper half of the chessboard. So if we did that, we would have to know where to place the white knight and the black knight. So, for example, for the white knight, if we do a mirror image, we have to put them in b5, for example. These kind of things, and it works really well with Down syndrome. We also have attention exercise. In this case, we have selective attention, where they have to choose between groups of different pieces. In this case, they have these 4 chessboards, and they have to find a chessboard where there is a group of pieces which is repeated, which shows more than once. And with attention, we also have some sustained attention, where they have to choose the piece. In this exercise, they have to sort which piece is the one who appears the more in this chessboard, which is repeated more times. So they have to choose between the rook, the knight, and the pawn. And also with memory, we have short-term memory, which, as I said before, it's really important with Down syndrome. They have some struggles with that. And they have to memorize the pieces. They have 1 minute to memorize the pieces as they are placed. But they have to look at them, especially how they are placed in the chessboard, memorizing from left to right. And afterwards, they would have to answer some questions about how they were placed on the chessboard. We also have logical reasoning, and in this case, deductive reasoning. They have to identify the missing piece related to the other pieces in the chessboard. In this case, it asks which piece should be put in the B2 square. If we take that the pieces from the right half of the board are related to the B rank, sorry, to the B file of the board, and then we will have to look for them and sort them out. And then for the B2 square, we have to think if it's a black pawn, a white pawn, or a white, or the black knight. And last week we have some questions about the Gymchess app that they showed sometimes about how we can keep track of the development and how they are doing with the app. And in this case, I explained this previous week, but I thought it would be interesting to go through this. So we have a cognitive rating, which we called cognitive elo in the app. You can see here the picture of the app where you have like different points here. So there is a specific rating for each cognitive area. So after solving the exercises on assertive cognitive function, you have this rating for example, for memory or attention and these kind of things. And then you have a general cognitive rating, which is the average of all the ratings from the different areas, and that gives you your cognitive elo. And you can see how it goes down or keeps going up, and you can follow that trend, and then you can keep track on how are you doing with the app and your cognitive training. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and now you can ask as you want. And finally, I hope we don't have more technical problems.
Oh, thank you. Gracias, Rodrigo. Juan, it is time to unmute your microphone now, and we will take questions. So it was very interesting. So it's a different, very special group. So I was impressed. So I had to really focus because I have never worked with this and none of the
Thank you.
tests of my research. So wonderful. So please request our participants who are here to type in any questions, unmute yourselves, and let us see your nice, beautiful faces. So you can also, yes, zoom out, switch on your videos, and let's have some questions for our very last session of Chess for Recovery. There's one question from Juan Garcia in Spanish.
So I think I think Juan can answer this one. Te la puedes responder ya tú, Juan.
Yes. Bueno, es que tenemos muchísimas. Down. Bueno, sí. Sí, tenemos muchos casos en poblaciones especiales en que nosotros lo denominamos como efectos colaterales de nuestro método de ajedrez cognitivo. Y es que aprenden secundariamente ajedrez, que suele gustarles mucho, y casi todos los años en los juegos especiales extremeños de ajedrez nos sale un campeón, un subcampeón, y lo tenemos ya como muy asimilado, como muy normal, ¿no?
Okay. So what Juan was explaining, I will translate now, is that we have some, as he said, I'm quoting here, these are collateral benefits from our workshops. Is that they learn chess. It's not the main objective of our workshop, but as a result of them having fun and having like little bits of chess lessons, they eventually learn how to play chess, and some of them participate in sorry in tournaments. There is a regional tournament which is especially for people with some kind of impairment. We saw it a couple of weeks ago with mental illness, that some of them participate in this tournament, and we also have some people from our workshop from Down syndrome who had participated and have had great results too in this kind of tournament. So that's one of the, because I didn't translate the question, sorry about that, but they were asking like if we have some example of some story of success that we have with Down syndrome, and these ones are things that are happening all the time. So there are lots of stories. So as Juan was saying, like there are so many of them that sometimes you have to. It's difficult to keep track of all these stories. So I think that's it. I don't know if there is something that we didn't answer about that.
There is one question which I think is not answered, which is the biggest challenge in creating and sustaining these inclusive chess programs. Is it funding, instructor training, additional barriers?
Juan, la parte de los mayores desafíos para sostener los programas, del tema de si hay financiación, formación de instructores o barreras actitudinales. Un poco de todo, me imagino.
Es un poco de todo. Nosotros en Extremadura, aquí en la parte de España que estamos, ya somos muy conocidos, nuestra organización. No tenemos muchos problemas. Nos suelen llamar las organizaciones. Hay problemas siempre de financiación, pero nosotros tenemos financiación pública, privada a través de fundaciones o convenios, pero falta de trabajo no tenemos. Si quieres, y ahora digo lo de los instructores, Rodrigo.
Yeah. So as Juan was saying, it's like a little bit of everything. So there are several hardships that we have to consider. But since we are really well known in our region and like on a national level too, but especially in our region, because we have been working on these initiatives, and also we are an important chess club. So we basically the doors are always open for us. They keep asking us to do these workshops, and we have funding from we have public funding and also collaborations with several foundations and enterprise and this kind of thing. So that part, it's not so hard for us anymore, but it's always something that you have to consider. And I think Juan wanted to answer a little bit more. Querías decir la otra parte también.
Sí, sí, es tan amable. Nuestro sistema es relativamente sencillo. Formar a instructores. Rodrigo lleva con nosotros en el club 3 años, es sociólogo, muy buen jugador de ajedrez y se ha adaptado perfectamente al método ECAN y lo conoce realmente bien, y ha sido capaz de adaptarse a muchos colectivos, porque Rodrigo trabaja con Down, pero también trabaja en adicciones y también trabaja con trastornos mentales graves y trabaja con, no sé, hay muchos más, ¿no? Que se me discapacidad, tenemos muchos grupos. Y la tercera pregunta, yo no soy muy partidario de este ajedrez, o sea, incluir a todos en torneos de ajedrez. Al final lo que pasa es que chicos down en un torneo de ajedrez normalizado, pues están jugando en los últimos tableros siempre. O trastorno mental grave, pues en los últimos tableros siempre. Al final eso es una discriminación. Creo que no me convence mucho esta inclusión, ¿no? Creo que se lo pasan bien, creo que disfrutan más y creo que aprenden mucho más cuando se hacen torneos exclusivamente para ellos y no lo ven absolutamente mal.
Okay, so the last part about the people, the facilitators or the trainers and everything. As Juan was saying, that we have our own methodology, and you can be trained on this methodology and adapt to all these different groups of people that we work with. And he was giving my personal example. He said that I'm a sociologist. He have been working with them for 3 years, and they trained me in this methodology, and now I'm doing workshops with Down syndrome and all addictions and all these different groups of people. So that part we kind of have it sorted out. For us, it maybe for other people they have other kind of problems, but for us it's sorted out. And talking about the tournaments and and this inclusion of people with Down syndrome in tournaments, in general tournaments, as we could call them. He wasn't so convinced on that, on inclusion, in the sense that usually they end up playing in the last boards, and so sometimes it's for them they enjoy it more when they have a tournament between them, or maybe at some point they can participate in another tournament, but not have that as an ultimate goal.
Wonderful. I mean, that was my question, would go in this direction. So, we have in this series tackled different types, from addiction we started, and then we went to cognitive impairment, mental illness, and then cancer. So, is it the same? Now you're teaching this very special group. I think this is probably because they have many comorbidities in it. Um, is it the same to teach chess, like, to this group as with ADHD or other groups? What is the difference? And what is the challenge, additional challenge?
Yeah, I think this question we can both answer it. Like, I have my own personal view, and I bet Juan has a really more detailed answer about this. But for me, we always have our methodology. We have our ECHEM method, and we can apply it to all these groups. We just have to adapt it a little bit. Maybe the level of difficulty and this kind of thing. Some people, some groups, they need to work more on memory, and then others on attention, and so on and so forth. But we always have this tool, this methodology, which works for them. And then on the other hand, it's always different with every group. And I can say that for me, it's not the same when I'm doing a workshop with addictions. It's completely different that when I go to Down, and actually, for me, usually I have a workshop with Down just before I have a workshop with addiction. So I go out from this workshop with Down people, and then I just go straight to the other one with addiction, and they are completely different. So we are not using the same exercises with them. So we also have to keep track of the exercises that we are going to use for them, and which cognitive skill are we working on, and this kind of things. And for me, it was really kind of shocking with some groups maybe with mental illness, because I didn't know how to work with that group the first time, or cognitive impairment. Some of them, like they have some difficulties, but after a while, I got used to them as the other groups, and I had no problem with all these workshops. And you can notice that they have been running for several years. Most of these initiatives, they are going through for 10 years or more. So I mean, if there was some problem with that, if they didn't really work, they wouldn't be going on for so long. So that's my personal view. And I will ask Juan now. Preguntaba Pravita, ¿no? Las dificultades y las diferencias entre los diferentes grupos, si lo planteamos de diferentes maneras, cuáles son un poco así porque como hemos visto durante estas conferencias que hablamos de diferentes grupos y todo eso, que cómo lo planteamos. Yo ya he puesto un poco así mi, mi experiencia personal, y que siempre tenemos el método ECAM y que lo vamos adaptando un poco así, pero seguro que tú tienes más que decir.
Sí, es correcto. Es así como hay un tronco común, que es el método ECA, que lo vamos adaptando. Los déficits son distintos. Como habéis visto, las necesidades de Down son distintas. Son distintas. Percepción táctil, tienen problemas, adaptamos mucho más, nos centramos mucho más en los déficits concretos. Adicción es más polivalente, porque el tema de adicción es más complejo. Ahí nos centramos mucho en los individuos que tenemos en ese periodo, ¿no? Adaptamos el sistema a esos individuos, porque adicción no es un déficit exacto, sino depende del grupo, ¿no? ¿Cuál es el problema de adicción que tiene en ese momento?
So basically, he was agreeing with me that we have our common tool, which is our methodology, that we use and adapt, and that each group has their own needs. For example, he was talking about addictions that we have to adapt to each individual, and the ones that we have for a period of time, because as we explained, we work within these therapeutic communities, as they are called, these rehab centers, and they are there for 6 months, for example. So we have to adapt to these people that we have there, and then other group of people may have another needs, and we work a lot with this tactile discrimination, for example, with Down syndrome and so on. I can add that I didn't say this during the presentation, but I have this story with once I went to the Down syndrome workshop. It was the first day after the holidays, something like this. So I go to the workshop. We do this at the library usually. So I got there, and there were no materials. We didn't have the demonstration board. We didn't have any chessboard. We only had one set of chess pieces, and I don't know if we even had a board. I think there were only pieces, because they had them by chance at the library. So I had to work with this for 1 hour and a half, and I only had these pieces, and we managed to do the whole workshop doing these kind of exercises that we were explaining before, with sorting the pieces and doing calculations and these kind of things. So we managed to do this for 1 hour and a half, and we only have this set of pieces. So we have our tools and our resources, and then experience, so we can work with that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rodrigo. One last question from my side. We are talking about social initiatives, and you have wonderful social initiatives. And when we talk of initiatives, and when I have to write an application, they ask me, right, okay, come on. Now, what is the impact that we can measure with this initiative, or a KPI? So my question to you would be, now you showed us what you're doing. It's definitely not that they're going to play chess performance. It's not competitive chess. So would you agree with me that we can measure their quality of life? Because I need to now come up with answers to all the questions that I get for all our social initiatives. So I'm popping it back to you, the question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will ask Juan about this one. Juan, comentaba aquí Pravita, ¿no? Su pregunta es un poco de cómo medimos el impacto de estas iniciativas, ya que no es un ajedrez competitivo, no es lo que se van a poner a jugar, no es cómo lo van a hacer en los torneos, por ejemplo. Entonces, un poquito como qué medida podemos tener nosotros para saber cuál es el impacto de estas iniciativas.
Bueno, las medidas son claras, ¿no? Es decir, son medidas, tenemos que medir en cada caso, pues los efectos cognitivos que tiene la aplicación. Un pre, un control previo y un control final, ¿no? Si es posible con un grupo experimental y un grupo control. En 2012 se hizo la primera investigación cuasi experimental en la comunidad terapéutica de la Garrobilla y en 2010, las conclusiones que se sacaron fueron que hubo mejoras importantes en atención y razonamiento. Fue un diseño cuasi experimental, pero no se prosiguió por un problema con el investigador, ¿no? Se detuvo ahí. Ahora mismo es la investigación que tú conoces de Heidelberg, Rodrigo, si quieres comentarla.
Ok, so, pero creo que también se refería un poco a cómo medir un poco el impacto, o sea, no solo a nivel cognitivo, sino el impacto de las iniciativas sociales. Creo que iba un poco por ahí, de cómo...
Bueno, el impacto lo puedes ver tú, ¿no? ¿Cómo medimos el impacto? Primero por el número de años
Hmm,
de los proyectos. Es decir, nuestros proyectos tienen una duración, nuestro proyecto de Down tiene 10 años, el proyecto de discapacidad de cárceles tiene 15, el de mayores tiene 16 años, el de menores tiene 14, de personas sin hogar, todos superan los 10 años. No tienes que atinar, Rodrigo, en el número, pero todos superan los 10 años. Nuestras relaciones con los responsables son excelentes, como han podido ver. Es decir, nos solicitan continuamente en nuestros servicios. ¿Cómo lo medimos también? Nosotros estamos financiados de forma muy importante por el gobierno de Extremadura. En adicciones, por ejemplo, es la Secretaría Técnica de Adicciones la que quiere que sigamos nosotros. Envejecimiento, también el Departamento de Envejecimiento Activo nos solicita ajedrez cognitivo y tenemos muchas más mujeres que hombres, por ejemplo, en mayores. Y, y nuestros talleres tienen siempre un poco el tope de número de personas. Podemos seguir con muchas cosas que tú conoces, Rodrigo.
sí, sí, sí. Okay, so now I have to translate all this. Basically, what Juan was saying, it was like a two-leg answer, let's say. So first, he was referring to the cognitive training and how we can keep the track or of the development of these people as they come and participate in our workshops and how they improve and these kind of things. And he was talking about several researches that have been going on, and one of them in the therapeutic community where I do my workshop. They have like a quasi research or something like this. I don't remember. But basically, they were following the development of these people, and this there is also the research which is going on in Germany, as Pravita knows, with Sabine and all this. And this is one part of the answer, and the other one, because I think your question may be on the other side, like on the impact of these initiatives and what we can say is, first of all, the long run of these initiatives, as I've been saying, most of them have been going on for more than 10 years. So of course this is a success for us. Otherwise, if they didn't really work, they wouldn't be going for more than 10 years. And also the testimonies that we have, the feedback that we have from people that have been attending this, and not only people but families, and also stakeholders and people from different from the regional government and other associations, for example, that they keep asking us to have new workshops and new initiatives. So we have that. I think he was also talking about the number of women, especially with elderly people, that they participate, and usually they don't take part in this kind of workshops. So also that's something that we're really proud of. And I don't know, there was so many things that sometimes it's really difficult to keep up, to keep track of this. So,
Rodrigo, sí,
yeah.
Rodrigo, creo que esto es importante. Los medios de comunicación de nuestra comunidad están muy habituados a informar sobre estos programas. Ya es una cosa muy habitual de que presten noticias, reportajes televisivos sobre estos programas.
Yeah, so for us, it's usual that there is media coverage about what we are doing and our initiatives. So I think I would have to go back to my background and as a sociologist and say that usually for this kind of initiative, it's more of a qualitative research that you have to go through to keep track of the real impact. It's not that you have numbers, it's not quantitative numbers that you can go and say, okay, there's like this number of people and so on and so forth. But we know for sure that there is an impact there. So it's hard, as you said, to follow and to keep track of this real impact, but we know there is one.
Great. Wonderful. I think we're running out of time. We actually used some more extra time today, but I'm fine because it's the last day for us. We close this month of Chess for Recovery of the social year, and next month is more on women. August is focused on women, and I think I will come back with Chess for Hope in October. So I'll probably contact you again. But is there any other from anybody who wants to share anything before we say goodbye for the series? Thank you, Iris. Great. So if not, muchas gracias, Juan. Muchas gracias, Rodrigo. And yeah, thank you to all our wonderful audience who have been coming. Some have been there in all the sessions, and I'm really thankful to them. Gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you and goodbye. Buona notte. How do you say? No.
Yeah, you can say that. It's not night. But we understand. Yeah.
Okay. So have a great summer, everybody, and look forward for our social chess year. And I hope we will grow. Looking forward for many more initiatives. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Play.
Bye.
Thank you.
Play chess and keep safe and healthy. Mental health is more important than anything else. So remember that. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.